in a number of places in the last few days for me. And I know that you will find this very, very interesting. And the funny thing is, it's come up for me in a number of places in the form of people asking me questions about this. But really interestingly, it also came up for me to ask the same question, albeit in a slightly different context. I will explain to you what it is all about in a moment. But basically, the thing that I'm feeling called to share with you is an answer to that question that I get a lot. And that question is, do I have what it takes to work with corporate clients? And a lot of you have asked me this. A lot of you have asked me this in the past. A lot of you have asked me this question in the last few days. And while I know that there are deeper answers. There are answers that have to do with mindset, that have to do with imposter syndrome, that have to do with a lot of work that's a bit deeper than what we can unpack in just these few moments here. I did feel really called to share some very practical, very hands-on type of ways of how you can figure out for yourself whether you have what it takes for corporate clients to work with corporate clients. Now, I want to make sure that people are catching this, so I am quickly going to hop in and tag everybody. So give me one moment, and then I will dive in to how you can know for yourself whether you are ready, whether you have what it takes to work with corporate clients. Let me just tag everyone, and there we go. And then I have something really exciting to share with you too. So the question is, do you have what it takes? Do you have the skills, the experience, the je ne sais quoi to people think they need in order to work with clients? And to be candid, there's a lot of answers I could give to that. And without actually having talked to you in more depth, I can't tell you for 100%, but I can give you a set of simple actions. I mean, actions that will literally take you a few minutes, that will give you a great indication. When I say great indication, I mean it pretty much, like, we're talking in the high 90s percentage chance that whether you are ready, whether you have what it takes to work with corporate clients. Because a lot of people think that they need to have a particular degree, or have to have published a book, or have to have developed a particular solution or method or research statistics that they have done, or all of those things. And the real answer is no. You don't need to have any of those things in order to work with corporate clients. To start with, I still haven't written my book. It is coming, but it's still not written my book, and yet I happily work with corporate clients. And I know a lot of other successful consultants who are in exactly the same boat. I also know a lot of successful consultants who have not developed their own unique methodology, that magic methodology that nobody else has. No, you don't necessarily need that. It can be nice, but it's absolutely not a prerequisite in order to work with corporate clients. So here are 5 highly practical things that you can investigate, actions that you can take, so to find out for yourself whether you actually have what it takes to work with corporate clients. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, as usual, I can't see the comments. So if you're leaving a comment, then I will come back to it afterwards. But are you ready in terms of taking notes? Because you will want to take notes and possibly even come back to this training, I recommend that you do, so that you can prove to yourself over and over again whether you have what it takes to win corporate clients. Number one, the first thing that you can do, highly practical, highly tangible, is to take the topic that you want to take to corporates, whether it's leadership, mindset, empowerment, communication, whatever it is. Take that and put it into a sample phrase, such as, say, communications for corporates, or holistic communications for corporates, or holistic wellness for corporates, or whatever your topic is. Put it into a phrase that gives a little bit a hint of what your approach is about: holistic, data-driven, heart-centered, whichever it is. Put it in that phrase and then add for corporates. And then when you have that phrase, start going to Amazon. I mean, you can use other online booksellers as well, but Amazon is kind of the gold standard. And type it into the search bar and then have a look. Have any books been written about this topic? And if they have, that's a very good sign, because that means that other people are working in a similar or maybe the same niche, and corporates are interested in that, because they wouldn't be writing those books if corporates weren't interested, if there wasn't a market. So, of course, if you have a lot of books that have 0 reviews, that might raise some questions. But the moment you get some reviews that know that there is a market and that people do read these kind of books. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is, again, take that phrase that you have and put it into Google, and then add one of the top publications that corporate leaders would read. So top publications are things like Harvard Business Review, things like Forbes, things like Business Insider, things like MIT Sloan, things like any publications from the big business schools, and just add one of them to the end of your phrase. So your phrase might be holistic wellness for corporates, and then type Harvard Business Review, and see, have any articles been published about that topic in those publications? Because if they have, guess what? Corporates would be interested, because these publications, their audience is almost entirely corporate decision makers, or that's what they definitely focus on. They don't focus on the individual practitioners. They focus on a highly corporate readership. Therefore, if they publish articles about your topic, then there is a very, very good chance that corporates would be interested and that you are ready. Okay, so these are 2 ways of how you can find if there's a market. And that is a very good way to telling you, are you ready? But now, a lot of people wonder, do I have what it takes? Maybe other people can sell this topic for corporates, but what about me? Do I have what it takes? And here are another 2 very practical things that you can do, that you can assess yourself. You don't need anybody else to assess that for you. And that will give you a very high indication whether you're ready. The first one is this. Are you an expert on your topic? Do you know what you're talking about when it comes to your topic? Only you can answer that. But if you are running a business and you are getting clients at the moment, or you've had clients in the past, then the chances that you do know what you're talking about. I'm not saying that you need to be the world's most eminent expert on this topic. All I'm saying is, do you know more than an average person, an average educated person, and would you consider yourself to have an expertise on your topic? Because if you have an expertise, That is the great start. And then you take the next step that I'm going to share with you right now. Step number 2 is ask yourself, do I get people results in my topic? So for example, do I help them improve their communication? Or do I help them improve their leadership? Or do I help them improve their wellness? And if you can say yes, if you are somebody who gets other people results in relation to your topic, then there is a very, very high chance that you're ready to work with corporates, that you have what it takes to work with corporates. Because do remember, corporations are just full of people. And if you have a way of helping individuals get results, then it's just a matter of packing that way up, packaging it in a way so that it can be offered to corporates. So the first 2 steps were all about establishing, is there a market for your topic? And you get the answers. I mean, those are just 2 of the steps that you can use. There's a number of other ones that I take people through in the Corporate Offer Academy, but those 2 will give you very good indications. The first is there a market? And the next 2 steps are about, are you ready? Do you have what it takes? And yes, if you are somebody who considers themselves an expert and somebody who can get people results, then the chances are extremely high that you are actually ready to work with corporates. But there is one question left. There is one assessment left that is possibly the most crucial of them all. And that is a question you have to ask yourself. Are you passionate about improving the lives and the business and the situation and the circumstances of people inside of corporate organizations? Do you want to make a big impact with your topic on the people who are working inside of corporations? Do you have a passion to make that impact, to change their lives, to improve their working conditions, to improve how they spend their days, to improve how they perform, to improve the kind of leaders they are, to improve everything that really makes up, corporate cultures? If you have a passion to make that big impact, then you really are ready to work with corporates. And I really, really hope that you said yes to the last, because it is my absolute passion to help you get into corporates so that together as a movement, we can change corporate cultures. Just imagine if in 10, 15 years from now, when people talked about corporate culture, they would say, oh, wow, yes, corporate culture, such a cool concept. It's great, isn't it? Corporates are places where people can really fulfill their potential and live their best lives. That is my goal and my mission in this world. And I would love, love, love to join me. I would love it if you join me. So do ask yourself those 5 questions. And if the answer is yes, but you would like to know how to get started and how to actually take your expertise and package it up into something that you can sell to corporates for multiple 5 and 6 figures, then you should absolutely check out the Corporate Offer Academy, which you can still just about join. The doors do close the end of this week, but check it out now, because in the Corporate Offer Academy, we create your whole offer portfolio. So not just one offer, we create a whole portfolio, and we then create your gateway offer that you can take and sell straight away, down to the individual content of your offer. Plus, the super exciting bonus is that you actually get to test your offer in real world scenarios as well. So this is a completely new way of doing online programs. I really hope you're going to join us. If you DM me after this, then I will give you a super secret special discount that you can use for a very, very short while. So do make sure you get in touch immediately. Don't wait. Don't hesitate, because there is genuinely not much time left on this, and I can't wait to see you in the Corporate Offer Academy. I hope you're going to use those 5 questions I shared with you, and yes, always remember, it is passion and action that create impact and magic.